Well, Hinduism is one of the oldest religions known to mankind. And interestingly enough, it got recognized as a religion only in the earliest 20th century, and that too from a very Western colonial perspective, where they came with a preconceived notion of the state and religion being two separate identities, whereas Hinduism really was in reference to a way of life. The people who lived beyond the Sindhu River, beyond the Indus River. Hinduism gained popularity through its earliest texts, or the Vedas, that came into historical reference some 2600 years before the Common Era. But I suspect that they had been received way much more in advance, and that reference is because of the hymns that are contained within those Vedas that talk about creation, that talk about just really the codes or principles of how one should go about living their lives. And then of course from there the epics like Ramayana and Mahabharata came into being, the Puranas came into being, that further deified gods. And then of course there's an imbibing of all of those narratives through festivals and songs and dance and drama that has made Hinduism a very evolving way of life. It believes in the multiplicity of expression, it believes in diversity, and it believes that there is a universal consciousness. The expressions or the manifested entities may be as many human beings, as many expressions through art, through dance, through drama, through music. In fact, it also accepts other religions, whether it was Jainism or Sikhism or Sufism. Actually, there was an interplay, there was a dynamics of acceptance of the other's way of leading their life and their gods and their icons as a manifestation of the universal consciousness. Since it's a way of life and the righteous way of life, it believes in the fact that we, since we are part of the universal consciousness, each one of us, birds, animals, insects, we get our due as per what our actions are. Since you're part of the universal consciousness, you're as good as it gets. And you're as aware, it's just the veil that divides us from the universal consciousness. And depending on whatever our actions are, because of this illusion, it believes in the ultimate liberation of this whole cycle of birth and death through our own karma. And that's the beauty of Hinduism, really.